Hello everyone, welcome you to our presentation today in the shape of video talking about Innovation Product Institute with the theme of English Digital Literacy among Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran Yogyakarta students.
So the table of contents for today's presentation, first is about us, second is introduction, third interview questions, fourth is their opinion, fifth what do we over, and for the last is documentation. Next, about us.
Our team consists of three members. First is myself. I am Michelle Prestaya with a student number of 123210103.
And my name is Sani with student number 12321100044.
And my name is Nashwana Dia with student number of 123210119 and 6.
Okay, next is introduction. So what is learning? Learning is a process interaction that are made by educators to students to bring up the desire to learn and achieve the goals that have been set through the media, the environment, and others. And the second, what is digital? Digital is a depiction of an era that has experienced developments in all aspects of life, from being analog and traditional to being completely digital or using technology. And for the last, what is literacy? Literacy has traditionally been thought of as a reading and writing. Alberta Education defines literacy as the ability, confidence, and willingness to engage with language to acquire, construct, and communicate meaning in all aspects of daily living. Language is explained as a socially and culturally constructed system of communication. Next, for the interview question, number one, we have how many references in English do you have and what are they? Second is, in your opinion, how difficult is it to use English in daily life? Third, where is the difficulty in learning English? Fourth, why are you not interested in speaking English? And for the last, has this significant technological development improved your English language progress?
And next will
Next is
be
Nadia.
okay, thank you. And next will be the answer and the opinion of our source person. And question 1 is how many references in English do they have and what are they? Answers 1 says the references are film, music, Google Translate, and coursebook. Answers 2 says Valorant game, film, and music. And we can see the similarity. We can conclude that film and music is mostly used as their reference. Second is, in their opinion, how difficult it is to use English in daily life. Answers 1 say, its application is quite difficult except in an organizational environment. Answers 2 says, it's not difficult to speak English because the environment is supportive. And the conclusion is, environment is important in the development of the use of English in their daily life. And question 3 is, where is the difficulty in learning English? Answers 1 says, lack of forums place communities in learning English. And answers 2 says, because there's only one semester of English courses, there needs to be an international class to be a place for practicing English. So the conclusion is they need a place to practice and learning their English. Or why are they not interested in speaking English? Answer 1 says being able to speak English is an obligation to work in the company, while answer 2 says interest in improving English by watching movies, reading English, etc. And the conclusion is some people are interested in learning English because they believe that knowing how to communicate in English is necessary nowadays. And for the last question, has this significant technological development improved their English language progress? Answers 1 says, at UPN Veteran Yogyakarta, the development is not very significant. And answers 2 says, influential because they feel that it is easier for them to learn English. So the conclusion is the spread of technology has not been evenly distributed, so that some people do not feel a significant influence through technology in learning English.
what do we offer from this presentation? First is the graphic design, which is to make it more attractive, the web design, so that it is to increase its mobility and it is it will be easily accessible anytime. And then the visualization to help deliver information easily with additional figures or pictures. And then we have campaign for posters. And next, here's our documentation of interviewing several people in the universities. And then here, as you can see, we have four pictures. The first pictures we start from the left top. We're going to see a banner that says who is the next open phase rector. And as you can see, and then as you notice, it is written in English, and that is very interesting because it captures people's attention to read it, and at the same time, it delivers the information of what the banner is about. And then next for the door, we see the sign which means open. And then we see another sign at the door that says that maybe it should be closed or something. And then we have a sign in the football field. It's that we think should have uh, at least a figure or something visualization, and then we should think that there should be a second language using and written below the Indonesian language. And then for the map of the university, the open university, we see that the signpost should have second language or English language written under or below the Indonesian version. And next we have the other examples such as hand washing stations. There is some sign for online transportation, and then we have another signpost for each major buildings. And there should be, and then again, there should be a second language following the Indonesian versions under them. And then next, now as we did a survey at the university, we noticed that there was an economic fair 2022, and they used a poster say build your own business for your own furnace. Now notice here that they use full English in this poster. Now now this surely the design is surely pretty attractive, and at the same time it is also attracting more people to read it because it is in English. For some people to understand it, they will have the information. For some people who don't understand it, they will have at least curiosity to know what is this economic fair about. And then the underneath we see the symbol. It is an assembly point. If I'm not, I've seen this sign in a hospital once, and they used both Indonesian and English, but here we only use Indonesian. So it is good that they use already a figure or symbol, so that even if people cannot read the text below the figure, they still can figure out what this sign is about, and they can translate the information into their head. And next we have the quadrant, which tells the level of importance and the urgency between 4 points that we have in front of us, which are the technology in shape of web and applications, the organization as supportive environment for literacy in English, and then the signboards is just as the same as organization actually. We just have the same purpose to have the literacy in English, and then the entertaining media, which is such as before, they have games, music, and movies, for example. And now here, as a result of our discussion, can you go back? Okay, as a result of our discussion, we have the highest level of importance and urgency, which is technology and web application. And then we have organization and signboards in a high levels of importance, but in a really level of urgency. And we have a low level of both importance and urgency in entertaining media, as you can see here. Now, next, we're going to talk about the ideas that we have concluded from the quadrant we discussed before. Now, as you can see here, the technology web is our idea, and the idea, to be precise, is to create a web with a multilinguals or like multi-language. In our mind, we're going to use both Indonesian and English, but it could be improved as the time goes on. And then, for example, here, uh, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Yogyakarta, students learning website with English as the main language. So here is the illustration of what the web would look like. For example, we here have the display menu, which has the several menus to navigate the students to several pages. And then here we have the course descriptions using English so that it will train them to gain more knowledge and English literacy as they use the website. So that's all the big picture of the main idea of our technology in the shape of web. That's all of our presentation. Thank you for your attention and thank you for listening to us until the end. Thank you and I hope you have a good day.